Oh yeah, they can hear us just in case.
Yeah.
J-Pie warning.
Officially. Check it out. All right. Oh, bro. I'll tell you what, man.
Had to get that flex in there. Did you see that?
No, I was fucking stretching. Get the fuck out of here, that shit. This guy.
Hey,
Where's the beach, Windu? Hey, Windu, where's the beach?
Is it back there?
Stupid, bro. I fucking can't with you. What's up, guys? Welcome to this week's episode of the Fault Partner Panel, joined by your typical host and a brand new partner. Shout out to Abusa. Look at him, okay. Yeah, I'll be real with you. Not much to talk about this week, right? We're mainly gonna reflect on the patch that happened, and I got my my 2 cents that I'm gonna share as to what's going on my side. But let's get our introductions in. Let's start with Abusa. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go to Goose, Bearded, and then myself. Go for it.
hello everybody. I'm Abusa. Most of you guys know me. I've been here since the game started. I've had a long Fault career so far. You know, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but we're way up now. And excited to be here on the partner panel, and excited to be partnered with Strange Matter Studios and Fault. Very excited.
Bro, I appreciate you being here. And I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever gamed with you. If I have, maybe once or twice. But I'll tell you that this is the first time I meet you, and I've heard a million stories about you, both good and bad. like your reputation precedes you. And I'll tell you that to the fact that you made it all the way partner, now representing the game, that's a big fucking GG to you, bruh. Like, I'll just give you the shout out right now, bruh, because that's big moves for sure.
I appreciate that.
For sure, homie. Go ahead, Goose. My bad.
I love the game. Go ahead, Goose. Sorry about that.
What? Have you introduced yourself yet, or did Windu just talk a bunch about you? I wouldn't.
No, I did. I spoke my piece, but we'll get
Like,
into
he
it.
tried, and then Windu just jumped all over him.
Bruh, get out of here.
I'm just kidding. I'm the man, Goose.
but
You were awesome. Bringing
but I
Hollywood
appreciate
action. Oh,
that.
wait. No, that's stunt. Oh, over to you, Bearded.
I don't know. Every time you always got something to fucking make me laugh. What's up, everybody? I am the Beauty Wolverine, your Michigan Wonder, also a Fault partner, and excited to bring this episode for you here today. Windu, what we got?
Well, I'm Windu, also known as WinduTheMace. Make videos about all these remakes coming out, but this specific series that you see is all about Fault. We talk about the updates, we talk about what's coming next, theorize, reflect, and mainly this episode, let's talk about this patch that actually came out, right? So I'm just gonna throw it out there, offer it. I haven't been able to play one fucking game this patch, like at all. Like the moment I went to boot it up, my easy anti-cheat, the easy anti-cheat got fucked up on my computer.
Yeah,
like-
verify.
No, I didn't. I'm talking about I went with Platypus through the entire thing, uninstalled, reinstalled, forced updates, installed an old version, tried to update that. Every single possible troubleshooting in the book, even through the easy anti-cheat website in itself, hasn't worked. So I can't play any game that has easy anti-cheat right now. Any at all. So I haven't tried it.
What kind of cheats you running?
Hey man, apparently too many, because I don't know what the fuck. Apparently too fucking many, bro, because it doesn't want to run at all, bro.
Apparently not aimbot, because I've played with it.
Fucking hate him. Get him out of here.
Usable either?
What a guy.
You can't play any game with easy anti, so it's not a fault problem.
No, it's not a fault problem. Correct.
Okay.
So it first popped up when I tried playing Sniper Elite 5, because it was like, yo, this game just came out. Let me try it out. And then I tried to boot it. It would say easy anti-cheat, not installed. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was just isolated to that game, did a bunch of troubleshooting, whatever. You know what? Fuck that game. Uninstall. Then the next day, I'm like, yo, Fault patch is dropped. Let's get this bitch. Let's go. Go to boot it. Easy anti-cheat, not installed. No matter what I do, no matter how many times I install it, can't play it. So I'm just kind of shitty.
One time,
Out of luck.
but Jamp and Platypus were walking me through the re-verification, and I re-verified mine. It said no problem, and then when I tried to crank it up, fault came up, and then it said easy cheat not installed or something. I re-verified, then everything has been working since. Other than when Amazon servers went down last night.
Have you tried installing it on your other PC, Windu?
The game?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I guess I could just to check to see if easy anti-cheat's working over there.
See if you can get easy anti-cheat over there. And then if anything, what you could do, I mean, I know you got like a 1920 hard drive, but you could probably put it in that PC and try to get it to, copy that file over and then bring it back. If it does work over there or something, a way to copy it and paste over or something. But that's something I would try to do to see if you can get you back in the game at least.
I mean, it sounds to me like you're fucked.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, that's what it feels like. I'll be real. Like it's to the point that me and Platty were going through everything, and it's like, yeah, at this point, I just got to submit a ticket to Easy Anti-Cheat and hope that they can get to me eventually to help me out. Like it's scuffed. Besides that, maybe a full swipe of the computer. Yeah. But what have you guys thought about the patch as a whole? I want to hear your feedback on it. I haven't got a chance to try it.
Abusa, you're the guest. You go first.
I like the patch so far. When it first started, like obviously I was playing when the patch dropped. You know what I mean? So I was like, I was in there the second that it came back. The servers came back up live, and there was the Richter audio. Yeah, remember that where you could hear Richter anywhere in the lot anywhere. That was like pretty much one of the only problems and then obviously there was some killer frame issues. Yeah. But once I locked my
FPS,
the stuff got better. But then everybody was complaining, but I told them that they were going to hot fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like they always hot fix it. They always come through with a hot fix quick. And they dang sure did. That same stream they hot fixed and stuff. And then everything was working way better. But now people are just having problems with the menus. And what I say is when you make any changes in the menu, and like this goes for the mouse sensitivity changes, all that. Right. You go into the menu, you make your changes, but you click the video tab again and press apply changes.
Yeah.
Then press back.
I believe there's going to be a change eventually, maybe the next patch or whatever, that there's going to be a change to where apply changes is going to be on every one of those menus. So then when you go into, you're going to gameplay, you change anything on gameplay tab, you can hit apply changes. If you change something on the video tab, you can hit apply changes because it's the thing I did it myself. I went and changed mouse sensitivity, but I had Armadillo in my chat with me. He saw me do it. I changed the sensitivity. What do you apply? He's like, you got to hit apply changes. I'm like, I didn't see apply changes, so I just assumed it was automatically going to stay. He's like, no, you got to go to the next tab. So I went to the next tab and I applied it that way. I said, that's not a good idea. He's like, there's already a working for it. So
but that looks good. Graphics looks crisp. Everything looks cleaner.
Does it?
Just are a little. To me, it does because I play on low settings and my computer's not that great. To me, everything looks a lot more Fortnite quality-ish. You know what I mean? Like the quality,
like smoother around the edges, so to speak.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it looks good. And I don't know if this is true, but like the audio cues sound more perfectly in line. Like when I last hit minions now, it feels cleaner. And the sound is like right when I like I know when I last hit a minion. You know what I mean? Like it's something, I don't know what it is, but it just feels sharper.
So before we jump into sounds, Mangoose, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I've seen several people say that they had problems with optimization when the patch first came out. I had no problems whatsoever. Everything looked really good. Item art looks fantastic. Really digging the item art, really digging the flow of the game now. It feels faster, which it felt a bit sluggish at first. Normally you even get items faster now because the gold has been increased. I wouldn't think that such a small increase in gold income would make such a big difference, but it really does. It really does. And that the whole thing just makes the game flow just a little bit faster, which I think they needed. I think it was going just a little bit too slow for what people want today.
Agreed.
I think back when Paragon was out, people were okay with slower games. Anymore, people are wanting faster and faster games. Like half an hour is probably the ideal game time for a MOBA, I think.
Yeah, and I believe that's what they said before. They want to, and anywhere between that 30 to 45 minutes is what they want. These games that are going, almost 50 minutes, to a hour and a half is just like, well, we're getting a little crazy with these.
But that's where the favor comes in, because right at 30 minutes, that favor increase for Raptors goes up to 5 per. And that's a big jump. So if you're already whipping them pretty bad, but you just can't finish them, if you just close out those Raptors 2 or 3 times, you
right.
Crush them. You all can build only 6 cards, but you can still set yourself apart with that favor.
Right. So with me, I really enjoyed the patch. I was very happy with the Raptor rework. I did have some frame issues, but I had it to where before this patch, I had it to where I had everything on Epic except for post-processing, but that was just to get that little blur that we kind of have in the game. If you leave post-processing all the way at Epic, it kind of gives you a blur. I had that down a little bit just to stop that. But other than that, I had everything Epic and I was getting 120 frames. Now I have to have that and one other thing down. I can't remember which one it is, but I had to bring that down so I could at least get my 119 that I've been getting constantly. So frames issues there. But other than that, the game feels good. I like that. The sounds, though, a lot of the sounds are good. The voices happen too often. I don't know if there's something they can do, if there's a code they can go in and change how often it happens. I don't need to hear you, say that you're shooting.
Down. I don't even hear mine anymore.
I mean, I want to hear them. It's part of the game, and I enjoy it. I don't mind hearing the characters talk. I just don't need to tell me that you're shooting minions every 3 shots, that you're shooting minions. Like if you can make it happen every 10 shots, then fine, but like spread it out. Like it doesn't have to be so often, in my opinion. And there's a couple sounds that I think that need to get reworked. Like Murdock's basic attack, it doesn't have enough bass, in my opinion. It sounds too soft for a guy that's shooting a gun that way. So just give a little more bass to it. Like the sound itself is like, what you hear is fine. I just need more bass to it. Like the noise that comes out, I just need more bass. I don't know how I'm not a sound engineer. Windu, that's for you. I know you haven't been able to play or hear it yet, but like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but that's what I feel like. I feel it just needs more oomph. I feel like I need to be doing more with what I'm shooting there.
I got one thing. You just reminded me of 2 quick things.
Yeah, you good.
One, Reverb said that if you set your view distance to high instead of epic,
maybe that's the one I did.
It fixes so many problems.
Maybe that's the one I changed then. So that's also a new setting. I don't even think that was a setting that we had before this. I don't remember it anyways. Yeah. View distance was a different setting they added.
Yeah. So view distance to high. And then you mentioned, the only sound that I have an issue with other than Murdock. The Murdock, is the Raptor spawn sounds so similar to the Raptor kill.
Okay.
Like literally every time the Raptor spawn, I'm like, dang, they got Raptors. And then I realized, oh no, that's the spawn. Like they're so close,
Yeah. And that's
isn't it just the Raptor roaring?
You say that.
Right? Kind of. It's like whenever it dies or even when when it spawns, isn't it just a roar? Right,
it's kind of something like that.
It's like a Raptor scream, but it's like it's pretty much the same scream. Like you know what I mean? Like I get it.
Yeah,
it's just maybe have one be a little more painful and depressing.
You're definitely not the only one that's felt that way. I've felt depressing.
I said roar.
What the fuck? And then the other one, he's just pumped up, ready to bust.
Ready to bust.
So I mean that's I can there's times I'll be sitting there playing, I sit there and pause for a second, like, wait, is that they got Raptor or is that Raptor spawning? I have to look at the map, mini map. I'm looking for that one little notch that that hangs out to start finishing that circle. I'm like, oh no, Raptor just spawned. We're good, So yeah, I completely agree with you. That change would be good. I have seen in Gen Chat other people complain about Boris's basic attack sounds a little off too. The response that was put out was the fact that Boris is a little hard to change audio wise because he's a bear. So you're thinking of a bear attack, but he's also a bear with metal arms. So you're also wondering if you're going to get like a metal sound to it instead of it being more of that bear swipe. So I don't know. It's a different one, but I haven't played Boris enough to listen to the audio to know if I like or dislike that or not. So
I know I didn't like when they reworked Chimera and Kwong. I didn't like those sound effects that they added. I don't know if they.
I can't even really remember Chimera's old sound, but I do agree. I was kind of like,
Chimera got reworked again.
Chimera, you know, I was like, why mess with him?
No, not again, but just in general.
A while back.
Like okay, before, gotcha. It sounded like a chunky hit, like he was hitting with a stone axe.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like somebody's whacking a trash can lid with a broom handle or something.
You know what got a little bit better was Countess's basic attack. Because I swear, when I was Countess, I used to feel like I had a handful of pine straw, and I was going against the side of my house. That's what it sounded. Imagine just taking a handful of pine straw and hitting the side of your house. That's what Countess's basic attack used to sound like. But now it's actually got a little bang, bang. Plus, with that new update, you can really get that last hit. You know, I feel like I'm really slicing that last hit.
Yeah.
That's dope. It sounds like all the different... Oh, my bad. I was going to say, it sounds like all the different audio changes that they added kind of enhanced quite a bit the feel of the game.
Yes.
From what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Like
you discount that kind of stuff until you're immersed in it. You realize
right. Yeah. Yeah. When you have it, when it's there, you know, I mean, I like it too as a streamer. I'm sitting there playing, right? And I'm playing a Sparrow and I got my, support, on comms with me and it was Menace, and Menace is on comms with me and he's like, when did Sparrow turn British? Cause you could hear with the voice line. Yeah. He's like, what? It's like, but it just adds more content for you as a streamer. It's a conversation you're able to have while you're also playing the game. So I like that little things. That's why I said I don't want to turn the voice lines off, just because one, you can either meme the voice lines, you can either, just whatever, you can just add more to it. And I enjoy it. And it adds more, it's more immersive with the game. It gives the heroes a little more character,
more layers,
and something, and it'll help with lore whenever lore does come out.
It's also funny too, to watch the White Knights for different games fucking shit on one game because their voice lines are shit. Like OverPrime's voice lines are shit. Predecessor's voice lines are shit. Fault's voice lines are shit. They're all the same fucking voice lines.
Yes.
They're right. Epic contracted those voice lines, just never use them. So I love it when somebody says some shit like that. And I'm like, they're all the same voice lines, bro.
That's your biggest. If that's your criticism of a game, then you're not much of a gamer. You know what I mean?
Some people will criticize absolutely everything they can.
Yes, absolutely everything.
Yeah. When you get a chance, go to one of Mangus's videos about Fault and just have a blast in the comments, bro. Just grab a beer, sit back, and just go through and read them bitches. You'll be amazed, bro.
I think that's their paid bots. I got to be. I mean, I don't know how anybody in their right mind. If you are a true Paragon fan and you liked playing Paragon, here's a game that's just like Paragon, but even better, in my opinion. I've played this way more than Paragon at this point. It's available to you to play super cheap for years. I've been back playing Paragon for years. Me and my boys have been back slaying it with Murdock and Chimera and all. Everybody's all like wistfully reminiscing about all those moments. Like, bro, we're having those every day over here. Like, what are y'all talking about waiting on those other ones, man? You can't even play them.
Right.
The problem,
even ask about them, I roast them because you can't even play it.
I think a lot of the problem is, Fault came out and they had a poor release. Wasn't all their fault because Cloudflare fucked up the servers. God damn it.
Jesus Christ.
I hope they changed that. I hope they changed the name. But like Cloudflare servers went down and the game that they uploaded was kind of shit. But so a lot of people stopped playing Fault. But the people that persisted with it kept playing. So when people come back to Fault, they're coming back into experienced players and they get their asses kicked. But then they go into like a Predecessor beta test or OverPrime beta test. They're playing against brand new people and they can relive their Paragon glory days where they're as good as they remember themselves being. But they can't do that with Fault. They come into the Fault and it's a climb. You start at the bottom and you got to climb up. You got to learn. So I think that's a lot of the reason why people don't like Fault is that they can't just shit on people like they can in Predecessor and OverPrime.
But that's why we have to capitalize on the movie release.
Yeah, 100%. They need to.
Oh, yeah.
If they could get enough new people in at once, then it would be a bunch of new people against a bunch of new people, and they could actually have a good time, as opposed to just getting shit on by veterans.
And
I mean, Go ahead. Go ahead, Boozer.
Well, I was just going to say we need to slowly infiltrate some high-level League of Legends influencers and turn them into defectors, man. If we just had a couple high-level defectors to put some eyes on the game. I mean, I think Myth is the target. I mean, he knows the people. He knows the game. He was a Paragon player. Imagine if we could get Myth to play the game for 3 days.
We already got in with one of the League of Legends players. You know, he was a partner for a while. I don't know if he still is or not. I mean, I know he's been stepped away for a little bit because he's kind of been rocking the Wild Rift, you know, taking advantage of that. He's been doing really well.
Oh, you're talking about holy Snitch. Yeah.
Snitch. Yeah. Snitch is pretty high up there for a League of Legends player. I mean, I don't know. Numbers wise, I'm not sitting here following all these high. If you got high numbers, I'm probably not following you. You know, like right now I'm looking at it. The highest viewer rate on my follow list is 33. Like I don't follow all the big time, streamers. So I don't know those, but I mean, I know Snitch because obviously being a partner. But we have that. But I think back to what Mangus was saying though, is like, we've been able to go in and do some play tests for things for Ethereal, and I went in there and you go in there and it's like, you're being filled in with testers, and I'll go in there. I'm like playing as like, all right, going against a tester that's been testing this game for however long. And I'm just getting shit on. I'm like, dude, like, I'm not really having that much fun. I'm trying to make content for this, but I'm like, I'm not having that much fun right now because
that's my stream. That's my stream every night at 3:00 when I'm facing Colombian and North and all that.
Yeah, I don't want to do
having fun though.
That problem's exacerbated with Ethereal too, because that one's even more. It's probably twice the level of difficulty and learning curve as Fault. So yeah. People get shit on in Ethereal when they don't know how to play that, and nobody knows how to play it when they go in.
Right. So no, I got you, but I think this patch is really well, and I was actually watching Mangus's for the minions before we jumped in here, and he made a comment, and I completely agree with you. You said that you were surprised that this was 16.3 and not 17 because of how much was actually in this patch, and I completely agree with you that this is definitely a patch that was worth changing the middle number and not just that third number.
You think so? You think it was that significant of a patch?
I mean, you got the whole Raptor rework. It changed the speed change, the Raptor rework, the money, the economy change, speed change. Like you're getting money faster. It literally changed how this game is played so much. It put so much speed in this game, and it's definitely different. It plays different, feels different, but it's not like drastically different to where like I'm playing it looks like Fault, but it doesn't feel like Fault. It's not that, but I mean, like it literally just. It made improvements to the game, in my opinion. I think the game feels so much more like a MOBA right now.
You know what's something I didn't actually think about, since you guys brought up the whole capitalizing on the movie thing and bringing in new players. They still don't have a marketing manager, do they?
I mean, nothing's been posted.
Not a dedicated marketing manager that I know of. You would think us as the partners would know if they had a marketing manager, because that's who we
would work with, right? No, because I'm wondering.
Really though, Ryan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boss.
Yeah, he's the community manager.
Right.
Yeah, but it's really the marketing managers who you normally work with whenever you're working with a gaming studio. That's who the content creators work with.
Right. I just don't know if they're going to make it to be like, all right, with marketing manager, this is what's happening. All right, whatever you want the partners to do, tell me. I'm Ryan Red, and I'll let them know. And then we work through Ryan Red. It could go that way, but I understand what you're saying, and it just makes sense to do that way and streamline it. But as of right now, nothing's been said to us, but that doesn't mean that there's not something in the back end that we don't know about.
I'll tell you what, I hope the bejesus that they have some sort of marketing push leading up to it. You get me? like not taking an opportunity like that is going to be so rough. Like they got to start ramping up on the social media posts. They like Obusa brought up a great point. Like they don't got to grab like the top content creators. Literally grab a few content creators that each have, couple hundred, like 100 concurrent viewers each. You get me? Those are way cheaper to pay to play the game, right?
Yeah.
Just coordinate it all. Have a free weekend the same weekend that it happens or whatever. Simultaneously make sure that there's a really good balance patch like the week before, right? Like performance optimization and what, like they could capitalize on that heavy, bro. I just don't know if they will.
We don't know how much they can capitalize on it. We don't know if this movie is going to even list Fault in their credits. Like, are people going to be able to see this movie and then know that Fault is the game that they are playing? Because in the movie, it's Knights of the Elder Orb. Is Fault going to rename their game to Knights of the Elder Orb? Kill it.
Can you imagine?
I mean, are we like how 100% certain are we that that's what the name is in the game or in the movie?
I mean, that's a picture that shows up.
100%.
I mean, I saw the image we talked about on the last partner panel, right?
Yeah.
The image that it came up, that Knights of the Elder Orb, right?
Stunt V says that the movie will mention Fault, but how does he know this? Is he just talking shit?
No,
yeah, I don't
Stunt actually works in Hollywood. He is a stunt man, literally.
Okay, so he said the movie will mention Fault, but Fault's not allowed to mention it until the movie is out.
It's all probably marketing situations and stuff like
that. I mean, I can imagine. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I can imagine that because typically in movies, even if the credits last for 15 fucking minutes, every asset used or every company used, but Fault might not actually be named, but Strange Matter Studios might be named. You get me? Because typically on the credits, you don't see like assets by Epic. You might see just visual effects and then just Epic, the company or whatever, right? So it might be like gameplay provided by Strange Matter Studios next. You get me?
But that's where this search engine optimization and all this stuff comes in. Even if they can't mention it, they can still go behind the scenes through Google, get ready every time
somebody searches one up game, that's got to be the first result. Yeah.
The relevance towards Fault is weighted so heavy that you can't help but run into it. You know what I mean? If you Google the actors, if you Google the movie name, if you Google the stupid in movie team name, there's ways to capture all that.
Right.
Ahead of time. But like I said, that costs money. And I don't know, we need to get some freaking sponsors, man. Some big money sponsors.
You think they'd ever do that?
Maybe. I mean,
it wouldn't be that hard for them to get. Like, dude, sponsor for gear, like whatever,
I know sponsors for fighters. My main thing, I guess, is like MMA and stuff. And like, that's how people live. That's how I paid for my food for fucking 5 years. Like the sponsors and shit. Like there's people that love gaming so much that they'd love to be a part of a project like this. It's just like being able to get in front of the right person. And like there's probably some guy that
networking
Paragon. Yeah. We just got to figure out
maybe they can get Headshot to sponsor it.
Yeah. Okay. Good fucking luck on that. Headshot is
There's the drawback with sponsors, though.
I'll tell you later.
I mean, well, sponsors, investors, whatever you want to call them, look what happened to Paragon. Paragon was making money, but it got shut down because it wasn't making enough money to satisfy investors of Epic Game.
I think a sponsor and investor is different, though, right?
Because that's not their only. It wasn't their only egg in the basket, though. You know what I mean? Like,
right, yeah.
Like they invested into a company that had a couple eggs, so of course. But this is the only egg, So we sell them on this, and this is it. Because look at League of Legends. It's been on top of the game for like 15 years straight. More people watch the League of Legends final than all 7 games of the World Series combined. Like whoever wins the next League of Legends battle, the next generation MOBA battle that sticks around for 10 years, that's like becoming the new Tesla after gas motors, or you know what I mean? Like that's blue sky territory, dude. Whoever can win that. And we already have like the base built and the game's sick. We just need people that like know League and know this game that could point out the correlations between the characters and like make people see the you know what I mean? And then maybe they would identify with the game more and then want to play it. And I just think like that's like got to be one of the biggest opportunities in gaming. Whoever could knock off League, you know?
You know, it'd be actually pretty fire.
Knock off League, though.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. But you know how you can look at like job history or employee history for all these like major companies, right? Like you can go on LinkedIn and find out it's like, hey, this person used to work for Riot, or this person used to work for Smite, right? How hard would it be to actually just contact an ex marketing person from one of these MOBAs? It doesn't even have to be League of Legends, because that's going to come with a price tag, right? Like even just somebody that used to do marketing for Smite. You get me? Somebody that's experienced with marketing in the mobile world specifically. Because I think it's one thing to have marketing knowledge, but knowing how to market a MOBA, that's a very specific thing.
Yeah.
It comes down to money again, though. Like
Yeah.
that's the big gulf between Fault, Predecessor, and OverPrime. Predecessor and OverPrime have all this money, and money doesn't buy a better game, but it buys better choices. Fault has to make very meaningful choices on what they spend their meager amount of money on. When they come to a problem, it's either they do this or that. Whereas with the other games, they can do this and pay for somebody else to do that. And then that decision is gone. Fault has to make meaningful decisions and drive forward and be smart with their money. I don't think spending the amount of money it would take to hire somebody that was a League of Legends marketing manager is going to be enough, because that's going to cost them a lot.
Right.
And that's probably money that's better spent on developing the game and making the game as good as it can be, so they can attract more players.
So we kind of combine the two, and I just want to, I don't understand it, and I want to know this, if you guys can help me out. Is there a difference between investors and a sponsorship? If we get whoever to sponsor Fault, is that a different situation than an investor?
An investor is looking for a return on investment. A sponsor is looking for
Advertisement.
exactly.
Yeah, I think a sponsor would be funny, because then what would you have, billboards in the game? Like,
No, but that is coming. That is actually coming.
I've been saying that for years.
It could easily be done, bro.
Yeah,
Like, that's a really quick way to make money. Be like, hey,
actually stuff.
just have banners that rotate in the game or something.
Yeah,
Or just have like Summer Twin Blast, have instead of having the Paragon logo that it has, it could be the logo of whatever investor it might be, or whatever.
Monster energy drink. Yeah, you got the
Monster energy drink.
Yeah.
That'd be more of a Boris, logo going somewhere. But yeah.
No, I'm telling you, man, big billboard, Tampax Tier 1 Tower of Power. And then
Jesus fucking Christ, bro.
just have
Strange
monster
matter.
I can't with you.
on my arm.
When that tower goes down, it's going to be a bloody mess.
Jesus. Oh, man.
I'm not encouraging this.
That tower's at full health. I just pulled the string. Gross.
I can't, bro.
All right. So
How do you guys feel about this comment? Somebody in the chat saying, just shout out to Reru. He's saying League barely marketed in the early days, to be fair. First few years, they literally just pumped content, let word of mouth carry their growth. They hit a scale where marketing was worth it. Now, my counter question here would be, can Fault afford the same strategy in a day and age where it's almost like, hey, if you don't market, you're shooting yourself in the leg?
But that's what we're for.
Because of the beginning of Fault, because of how Fault came out, how the early access, how that happened, and the negative light that it has over it still lingering, no. in my opinion. I think you would need some kind of marketing push to get you past that light. It doesn't have to be a full marketing thing. This is what we're going to do, and we're just going to keep marketing for the rest of our lives. We just need something small. This movie, right? Be able to use this movie, take advantage of this movie, market with it, get a little push, get our player base up to where there's a big enough player base that we can use word of mouth. Right now, the player base is too small. Even the amount of we added partners, but we're still not. We're all streaming to the same
community, essentially. It feels like it's growing, but
right.
But we're still pumping out content, free content for them. Like if they just had one guy that could like clip like all of our best moments, like Athen Prime, a big Chimera ult, a triple kill, you know what I mean? Like it just kind of spread that a little bit on shorts on Instagram or something.
Already,
bro. I was about to say I've said it in the past.
Twitch, go to Fault, go to Clips, and it's all right there. It's already made for you.
You can sort them by days. Like last 24 hours, tops clips. Yeah. Last week, top clips, and they have content for years.
You know they got a guy that works there. They could just kind of like put out some stuff, like
So
put out.
I just say like. Right now we can't just base it off of word of mouth. Again, if we still had the numbers that we had early on, then yeah, we could still be going strong. But right now the numbers are too low. We need some kind of marketing push to get us out of this negative light that we have and be able to go from there.
Yeah.
I still think Ryan Red's idea was pretty good of bringing partners in to play with devs and record content and then find clips and post them. I
quit doing it at 2 p.m. so I'm still at work.
Well, I also think they just went about it the wrong way. Like he approached it like a Twitch streamer, not like a YouTuber. They didn't make an interesting video or an interesting clip out of it. They just made a clip. They're like, okay, there's this guy.
Made a clip and shared it.
You have 5 different people's perspective of that clip. You can make something special with that. But they just posted the clips. It's like, come on.
And Reverb, shout out Reverb. I mean, he's a super gamer. He's got all sorts of great ideas and stuff. But he pointed out there's not a lot of content out there for like the people that initially are looking for content or people that are trying to learn the game, right? Like you don't care about personalities in the game and highlights of the game until you're already playing the game. When you first start playing the game, you're just looking at how to play and stuff like that. And Reverb was just pointing out there's not a lot of like, real professionally done, at least introduction videos or something like that.
Yeah.
And a little more coaching. Like Reverb would come to my stream sometimes and just coach me on it on Discord. And like people love that shit. Like they beg for Reverb to come back and coach. Like people, there's like a hunger out there with the viewers to see good gamers explain, not just play, but like coach me. You know what I mean? Like
because people want to get better for sure.
Yeah, and it's easier if you're not getting yelled at. If you're watching me get yelled at, then it's all good. So little bits of content like that. Like I think that's a good place to at least get people more addicted to the game. The more you understand about it, the harder you're hooked. That's my problem.
So my question is, did you put that on YouTube?
Who, me?
Reverb coaching you. When's it coming out on YouTube?
I know like a lot of this responsibility falls on me, but I'm just saying like the content's there, right? Like there's gotta be somebody out there that gets paid for it that could at least like.
I mean, yeah, you bring up a great point, especially like us as partners, right? Like we really in general as the entire group need to really be stepping it up as far as instructional videos, tutorial videos and stuff like that. There's some community members out there that have made some fire ass videos as far as tutorials too. But you're totally right, because they got the whole teacher, like is it called the teacher program still?
Channel in there, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like maybe like have a partner every week, once a week, whatever, teacher stream or something like that, where like a certain partner comes in and shares his specialty role, answers questions for viewers that are playing. You know what I mean? Like
like a stage or something.
Like Reverb, he was really showing me Countess a lot, and then I'll have other guys that have showed me their, like maybe have North come in and show us his freaking steel he runs sometimes, or maybe have like Natty come in or
That sounds lit.
or Cold and have like let's let Cold explain his Twin Blast strategy. Why is he destroying a whole entire world? Like, and it's not
That sounds
like it's
awesome.
gonna mess. Yeah, like that would be cool. You know, like I'd tune in, especially if it was a role or a character that applied to me.
I'll be honest with you, even if it's a character that doesn't apply, like you just said, like, yo, seeing somebody that's a damn good fucking Steel, I don't want to fucking play Steel. But that might be a good fucking video because not a lot of motherfuckers can play Steel.
I never
be real
played
with you.
Steel until one time I was playing against North. He was Steel jungle. 2 of his teammates disconnected. I'm in the chat like, free LO. Dude, he goes 25-2 on us. 3v5 wins the game with Steel jungle. I was like, bro. And ever since then I've been playing Steel jungle, and now he's bussing, you know, he's one of the top guys right now. But I would have never known that if I wouldn't have been exposed to it by seeing those top guys. And unless you really grind and get into those games, you might not ever even see that, you know?
True.
And
Especially you being stuck in Elo
a lot
hell.
of those guys are pretty private, you know?
Mhm.
I'm sure they'd agree to help the community a little bit just to show them some stuff, you know?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. You gotta ask to find out, right?
I know the reason you quit doing them, but this reminds me of your road to rolls or whatever that you were doing.
Oh, me and Kick, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that helped me, you know, learn a lot of things, you know, when it come down to, you know, farming and all that stuff. Like when I was like, I'm just gonna go around and play, but like I saw those videos, and I kept watching them, and then I, you know, understanding why you guys stopped making them, but like bringing those back would be great.
Yeah, I mean, videos like that in general, like for all of us to
Do
make.
that.
Yeah, true. Still working on a fix for that. But
So yeah, so we all got to do some good. We all got to do some better marketing ourselves and carry our weight a little more as partners. That's for sure. So what do y'all think about? I don't want to change the subject. I'm sure you got like some.
no, you're good. Go for it, bro.
Schedule going on or anything, but I mean, I'm sure a lot of people
Oh
want.
man, this is about as on the fly as it is, bro.
People want to hear about like some items and shit. I mean, what are y'all thinking about builds? What do y'all think about aspects? What do y'all think about items? Anything that's like sticking out, jumping out? What about in the chat? Y'all think, you know what I mean? What's happening right now? Because
Yeah, so
things feel pretty good. You know, like remember when everybody was building Sword of Souls and you couldn't compete if you didn't build Sword of Souls? Like there's not too many things out there right now that seem to be that way, is there?
like super broken.
No,
I mean,
Stem Gaunt is like probably the only one that's still up there. It might need a little nerf here and there, like just a little bit, but it's still
The
not
damage
as
it does
bad.
to the towers and stuff is ridiculous.
Right. I think the what I like, but also with this change is that it took away from the tank meta that it was. It's still kind of it's not full tank meta that it used to be. Like tanks can still, it feels a little more balanced now with the way the setup. So I'm liking it.
Yeah,
As an
Mike,
ADC
Bail
main.
Armor is. Yeah, Bail Armor is still pound for pound probably it.
yeah, I mean,
But I don't know though. I mean, it depends. Like if I'm facing like a double carry team that I know's running at least, if I'm facing a team that's got at least 2 or 3 crit players, I won't even build Bail. I'll just build the green half and then goes Thorn Shield. But Stasis is OP. But you have to be a gamer to use that effectively, you know? It's not
True.
OP unless you're like really smart. But I will say the only thing that I miss is another card like U Mantle. Like if I'm facing a team,
a cleanse.
not so much a cleanse, but an energy armor that doesn't require me to run. Like right now, if they have a team full of CC, perfect. I'll run Ring or Rejuve.
Yeah.
You know? But if they have a team with like a gadget and I don't know, like a Gideon and then like
Okay, just a whole bunch of soft CC,
CC.
they
a bunch
don't
of
have
slows
a lot
or
of
whatever.
CC, but I still need energy armor. My only option is Fountain of Invigoration, which is a sick card, but not on a lot of people, you know?
True,
Like,
not for everyone.
Yeah, like U Mantle, we used to get a little bit of health, a little bit of energy armor, and a cleanse. It was kind of like a Bail Arm, but for energy armor.
Mhm.
But we lost that now. Now you basically have to like either waste money on on CC protection you don't need, or you have to waste money on health regen that you're probably not even gonna be able to use. You know,
I think I brought this up like a month ago, didn't I? They need more energy armor options.
True.
Yeah, that's just
It's
always like it's always a pick between one of the two.
Yeah.
What if they bring back? What if they bring like a stronger endurance reduction item? Kind of like how they have the inertia wraps, right? Gives you a small percentage of the reduction of the endurance, so to speak. So like the CC and everything. What if they actually bring back maybe even like an AoE item, or just something that it doesn't have to be crazy complex, but something to give you energy armor, but and still helps you with CC, but it doesn't have to be hard CC, like a soft CC equivalent.
But
you know what I mean?
And stuff like that does that, gives you a little endurance.
Yeah, but not everybody's gonna run that.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
But
you feel me?
But the new U mantle is a joke. You know, it seems like it's just a joke. Like I see Bucket run it sometimes. That's basically it. Like it seems like it's so underutilized. Once they got rid of the cleanse, it's just like
I feel like they literally went down the list and they were like, all right, so that cloak's got a shield. We got another cloak. Fuck it, I guess we got to give it a shield. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like right along the same point as all our blinks basically are going to do the same thing. All our cloaks are going to do the same thing.
Right.
So I agree. I really liked the old U mantle. The old U mantle provided so much utility out of that active that it had while still providing really good fucking stats. But now we don't really have that. I like, honestly, come to think of it, what if they gave you, Argeus Cataphract? The one that, as far as attack speed, the more you get attacked, the more effective it becomes. Yep. What if they had something like that as far as CC, like soft CC? Like the more you get hit with soft CCs, the more endurance the more resistance to the endurance, or whatever the fuck, however you say that fucking sentence. Like based, you get me?
It's not the CC that bothers me. Either way, it's not the soft CC that bothers me. It's just
the utilization. So like not having to build something you don't need.
Yeah.
It's the energy armor.
They could have a fucking effect that makes fireworks come out of your asshole. As long as it's different and a different fucking option for energy armor, I don't care.
Yeah.
They just need more options for energy armor.
Because I got, if I want to build physical armor, I can build blighted chest plate. I can build battle plate. I can build Bale arm. I can build Aegis Cataphract. I can build Thorn shield. Like those are all physical protectors with all sorts of different effects.
Yeah, with different instances and everything.
I only have 2 protections from energy with only 2 different effects, one of which doesn't even apply to a lot of people.
I was about to say, don't forget they are, and I don't like the fact. I was gonna say they got Fate's Gunblade, but I don't like the fact that if you're an AD carry, it's like, all right, build Fates. What about besides that? If you want energy armor, well, used to be Jar of Hearts, not anymore.
Yeah, Fates is the only one to do that. I want to see. I mean, I don't want to copy Pred in any way, but I've seen it in other games as well. Well, I mean, it was in Warcraft 3. You shoot an enemy, and then it does like electrocute through the next 5 enemies that are in that area, or whatever. And
like
Pred
the Wonder Waffle.
Oh, like Static Shiv from Lee, like that lightning bolt shit. Yeah, it's not a new concept. They easily could put it in.
Right. I want something like I want items like that just kind of like you just kind of add more uniqueness to the game. That's what I want. Something like, let's give this. Oh, let's grab this item because this does
sounds
this,
like
whatever.
A good yin trick. You slap them with the whip and it.
Right.
When is the end going to come back? Yeesh.
I don't know. And Aurora.
I can't with you in Aurora, but
people want all those girls, dude. People want Sev. Not Sev.
What did they say?
With the subs, Narana's gifting subs.
Let's go.
Ooh, spicy.
Eat some beans, bearded.
I'll get some beans going.
I can't even remember what we were talking about,
but
So we're kind of off the patch now, and that's fine. If we still want to talk about the patch, we can definitely talk about it. But
either way, I'm 10 for 10 on the patch. The patch is off the chain.
All right.
I was about to say, I was quiet as hell when we were talking about the patch. I'm like, I can't say much, bro. It looks okay. I was just quiet, sipping my water, bro.
I want to know. Tell us your story here, right? You've been kind of known as one of the toxic guys, and now here you are as partner. How do we get from point A to point B? Like, give us that little story.
Well, from point A to point B. So, man, this is a long story. So obviously I started, dude, I played Paragon big time, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I was still in the Marines and shit a little bit back then. So like I wasn't that big of a gamer. I was on console. Somebody said Fortnite, somebody said there's a new Paragon coming out, right? And every 4 months or something, I'd Google again. And me and all my friends, one of them in here, Goatso311, he probably didn't want me to say it. He's a traitor. He used to always say, Pred's going to be the best one. I only care about Pred and all this stuff. But finally, this one came out, right? So I bought a gaming computer only for this game, which ended up changing my life. The game ended up changing my life because by buying a computer, I started doing better in freaking college that I was doing. My credit score went up because I was paying my freaking bills on time instead of trying to use my cell phone all the time. Playing Fault will help your credit score. So long story short, I start playing.
Faultkarma.com.
Yeah. That's a marketing point. So long story short, I start playing. I was a Paragon main. I was like brainwashing Paragon, so I didn't understand the fact that the carry didn't always go to the right side. And like, you know what I mean? Like little stuff like that, you know? And I never streamed or anything like that this game. So I was just like, I didn't really give a shit. So I wasn't rude to people for no reason, but like my chat comes off very, you know, sometimes I just know how to push
Very
the
blunt.
right buttons.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I would just push the right buttons with people. And so long story short, you know, I got like one account banned, and then I'd be like, well, I'm not waiting out the ban. So I got another account. And then that account would get a chat ban, but I really like to chat in the game. So I'd get a new account. And long story short, I ended up with like 20 accounts probably. And this was when the game was $20 too. So you know I'm a fucking fault guy, you know what I mean? So I just got tons of accounts, and I have a big document, and I would keep track of exactly what date they were banned and when they would be unbanned. And I would just know, you know, and I would always be able to play. And then finally though, I got sick of it because I got to play in this game so damn much. I was addicted, you know, but I wanted to get better because once I started playing more and more, I got to know everybody. And I got to see the big dogs, you know what I mean? Not to mention, I started wanting to take it more serious, and I realized the only way I was going to take it more serious was to get in real games. Like I can't just be in these 500 ELO games and expect decent teammates that aren't going to make me lose my mind in the chat. You know what I mean? So I met these people. This is what everybody can do. I met these people. I met some players down there in bronze, 500 bronze, bro. Pro Angel, Fokeet. And we formed a little crew, you know, a crew of positivity. And we would just get in the, look at the subs. And we would just get in the Discord together and just like mute everybody and just play, dude. And we grinded our way all the way up to silver, which is a trek from bronze. And once we got there, now we started seeing the real good people. I started making friends. And then I realized, you know, and then people were being really mean to me. Like when I started playing with the best people in the world, like once they got to know me and I was streaming and stuff, and like they started coming to my stream and they'd be like, why don't you, I guess they saw some promise in my game or something. And so they would try to teach me and they would just shit on me like I used to do to other people. And I realized like, dang, like now I get it. I know what it feels like to be on the other end of that, man. Like it's terrible, and not everybody knows how to like take that negativity. And because I come from the Marine Corps where like, the way they teach you and the way they bring you up is just by destroying you, you know, like the beatings will continue until morale improves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So that but that's not how the world works, you know? And so anyways, I just changed it up. And so, and I couldn't keep a good ELO if my accounts always got banned. So I was like, screw it, dude. I made Obusa LOL. That's offensive language. Once I made Obusa LOL, I never got banned again, bro. ever. And I've just been grinding my ass off ever since. And then I met like all the best people, North, Empty, Plasmatic, everybody, you know what I mean? And like there's a community of cool people, like everybody's nice. Like this game's the best game in the world. Plus, not to mention, it broke my heart whenever like I really started feeling like a leader in the community when Pred and those other games dropped. And everybody dropped Fault and went and tried those games. This game was dead as could be. And I felt betrayed and sad. And you know what I felt like? I felt like here we are. This game's been here for you every night, like a wife. Every night you could come home from work and Fault's there for you, cooking cooking dinner and tucking you in, giving you a little kiss on the cheek, you know? And for 2 years, she's been loyal to you, giving you what you want and what you need. And one weekend, the new hottie comes around. And you jump in bed with her, man. You just throw away your wife and you just jump in bed with her, you know? That's the way I felt when I saw all those guys over there. I was like, what are you thinking? So I went live. I titled my stream, everybody who's playing or streaming that game right now is a traitor. And if you're a real deal Fault guy, come here and stick here. We're going to hold it down. And that's what we've been doing ever since. And long story short, I talked to a lot of guys. We made some friendships. You know what I mean? I got an education and stuff. I can offer some things to the community. So I love Fault more than any game in the world. It's the only game I even play. It's the only game I even have on my computer. Now I'm a Fault partner, bro. And I'm dedicated to making this game grow and making it blow up. You know what I mean? And that's the bottom line. We're here just to straight destroy everybody. I'm here to just get a whole bunch of people in this game and then destroy them all, you know? That's my internal motivation, but we just got to make it grow and make everybody money first. I want to be the best, though. I want to be like Empty.
Abusa for marketing manager, confirmed. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I did see you whenever you went live. You're like, everybody else is a traitor. I saw that shit. I was like, yeah, he ain't wrong. All right.
I was going in on him, dude. I was going in on him, bro. I was going in on him, man.
That's too fucking funny. By the way, am I the only one?
I get it. I get that everybody plays other games. I get everybody's not like, but this is just the type of guy I am. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of people this game needs, though. More of us. And I'm building a community, a coalition of the committed and the dedicated in my stream. You know what I mean? Like, we're committed, bro, and we're bussing every single day, pretty much. Like, we're bussing. So.
Hey, man, everybody in the chat right now, just type out the word bussin' if you think this man should fucking run for president or some shit like that. Tell me that speech wasn't lit as fuck. Yo, y'all can't tell me that shit wasn't lit as fuck, bro. Look at him, Jesus.
We out here bussing, you know what I mean? When I put in that work in the gym, that's me thinking about Fault, baby.
How old are you, Abusa?
I'm 32.
I never thought I would hear a 32-year-old use that word so much. My nephew uses it, and I'm like, "What the fuck does it even mean?"
Yeah,
he couldn't give me an answer. I'm like, "Of course." So you're using a word you have no clue what it means.
No, I really don't
I'm
even
the
know
old
what
guy. I'm the old guy. Get off my porch. So I don't like the
I don't
word.
know what it means.
No sense to me. I want nothing to do with it. So
no.
I'm not gonna type it in chat. But
we
own whatever you want to own. I don't like it.
No.
But it's your thing. That's what you do.
No. The community owns it. Bussin' is like cranking up Fault with the boys, going in there, trying your hardest to win. If you lose, it's still about fellowship. You know, we probably still had a good time. And we just keep bussing, you know? It doesn't really have a definition. It's more of just like a lifestyle and a mindset.
I represent what you just said without using the word.
I feel you. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Everything you just said is what I do in the game. I go in, I have fun. Whatever. But I just don't use the word.
That's the thing about fault, though. There's a lot of different people. There's a lot of different personalities out there.
Very diverse.
My personality is fucking definitely not for everybody, but that's why we've got our little stream over here. And then,
100%.
Who's like the opposite of me, like Dudikoff. He's my freaking boy, but like El Dudikoff, he's quiet, he's reserved. If that's your thing, then you can always go there. You got people from all these different cultures and shit. I don't know all the other streamers yet, but you know what I mean? There's a lot of places you can get in and fit in within this small community. Like just because you don't like or agree with one of the partners or one of the big guys, like there's other communities within this thing that you just got to just be sociable in the chat, meet people like Lolita. Lolita's got like a whole gang of people. You know what I mean? Erythium, he's got like a whole gang of people. Like there's communities within this community. You just got to find your spot. You know what I mean? Get in where you fit in.
Right. No, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And it's one thing that, I'm congrats on making partner. Again, that's, what we're here for. But what I like about you coming in as partner is Fault is expanding on their partners because not all four of us here are partners, right? And all four of us here are different. Yeah. We're not cookie cutter partners. We're not like, hey, this is what we want in a partner. Let's find 10 other people that are exactly like this. And that's what we're going to put out there on Twitch. We all have our own thing. We all have our own opinions. That's what I love about the partner panel is we can sit here. When me and Windu started the partner panel, me and Windu were like opposites for sure. It literally was not just us playing devil's advocate. It was literally, this is how I felt. That's how he felt. And we were just opposites.
I still don't agree with that, Beard.
So, but I mean, and it works. It works for sure. And it helps us. And it goes back to what we've said in one of the later partner panels is about Fault casting that net. We cast that net out there, and us getting this diversity of the partners will make that net even wider. So, I mean, you got people that watch your stream that don't watch my stream. I got people that watch my stream that don't watch your stream. So the fact that we're showing this to more people is even better.
Yeah. And that's why I always raid. Whenever I get done streaming, I always raid somebody, even if I don't even know them, just to give them, you know what I mean? Because you got to expose people to other people because I can't remember who it was, but like people used to raid me that I didn't even know they were like big people, and that's how people ended up finding my stream, and then it gets your snowball rolling. So and plus like some people love to lurk. Some people just want to put their phone down at work, have their headset and just listen to Fault talk all freaking day. Like if you go offline, you just screwed that person. Why don't you just raid somebody? And if they're just lurking, they just go right on into the next game, and it keeps like this big snowball rolling and keeps our game alive on Twitch as far as data analytics are concerned,
Right.
If we're just always rolling to the next guy, we got a big ball to stay in there, dude. Because we got to get our game above that bottom tier. It's kind of like when you first start streaming and you call your mom and say, pull up my stream on your iPad. It gets you above a couple other guys. You know what I'm saying? That's basically the thing that I'm talking about,
Right.
Raiding people, meeting new people.
When I first started streaming, not knowing how it worked, I didn't know it was all IP based. I literally had it up on my phone. I had it on my work computer. I had it on my computer.
No, I would do that
streaming on my PlayStation. All right, I got 3 viewers already right now. That's all me, but it's gonna help get me up there, right? That's not thinking that's how I didn't know how it worked, but I was like, I'm gonna do this. I completely understand what you're talking about. I never called my mom and had her do it.
It's fun to meet people too, dude. I went into to Dudikoff's stream. And he's like so quiet, bro. He's like so reserved. He was just like, thanks for the raid, Obusa. I was like, well, how you doing? He's like, I'm good, man. So what do you do for work? Because I don't really want to talk about work. So long story short, I just kept on bothering him. And finally we got out of him that he was a freaking 300 bowler in real life. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit. lit.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
That's not easy to do, bro. Anybody that knows about bowling is like, that's a hard motherfucker right there. That shit's rough.
Every time I see Dukov now, I'm like, yo, like he's quiet. He's not gonna tell you guys this, but that guy's a 300 bowler. Like he's a killer in somewhere in life. You know what I mean? So and everybody's got that. You just got to try to dig it out of them. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to dig it out of them. But everybody's got something cool like that.
Yeah, or whisper it to me, Reverb. Yeah, no, and that's I always, even when I was smaller than what I am, because I'm not a big streamer by any means, but like even when I was smaller than I am, if I was streaming, I had 1 viewer, I had 3 viewers, I still rated somebody. Right. Yeah. Just because that 1 extra viewer is still going to be better for that other, because I don't rate, partners or anybody that's sitting there, rocking 50 plus viewers. I'll rate somebody that's got 1 to 2 viewers, 5 viewers, whatever, I just had to give them that little boost, here you go. Because I've been that streamer that I'm sitting there, I'm just having a rough day. My numbers are low and I'm just having a hard time. So all of a sudden you get a push of 15 viewers, like, oh shit.
Yeah,
let's go, and then next your whole stream's been turned around. You thought it was a shit stream and you're gonna be going to bed and you're like, fuck, I had a bad day. And next thing you know, I had a great stream, like I love those days. So I'm always passing love over.
Now I know what Windu felt like when we were talking about the patch. Left the fuck out.
Yes.
Mangoose has got a stream or something. He's got the nicest camera and everything.
I don't stream, no.
YouTube's only.
You don't want to give away your secrets?
No, I just do YouTube. I don't fuck with streaming.
Oh, you do YouTube. What? I got you.
I posted the link in our chat.
Streaming's pretty low effort compared to YouTube, to be honest.
I know it is, but like you were talking about the guy that's really quiet. I'm really quiet when I play.
Yeah,
like all these guys that played with me, I do not say a word.
Put him in solo lane. You're like, hey, playing. Goose, are you still there? Are you okay over there? What's going on? Do you need a gank or anything? Like, what's happening, man? Like I gotta put him in. I gotta have him as my support, so then he at least will just yell at me for being ass. But I mean, at least he'll talk then.
Boy, that's what we need more of.
My kills. I wouldn't be asked. You wouldn't kill my steal. I steal my kills all the time.
But that's what we need more of. We need more good content creators like Mangoose and that guy Cyber Drunk HD, like shareable type. Like a stream's a stream, but like if you can make a sick video or something, bro, like that can get shared around and posted and viewed. Well, like
one thing I've been trying to do on YouTube is I've been doing comparison videos showing like. This is what Seismic Slam looks like in Fault. This is what it looks like in Predecessor. This is what it looks like in OverPrime. And then let people make their own decisions based on that. And it's been a real eye-opener for a lot of people because they thought Fault was just complete shit. And you see that Fault actually wins a lot of those categories. Like, I think the other ones win a little bit more, but Fault is always kind of middle of the road. I don't know if that's the best place for them to be, but they don't do anything too horrible. Like, the other games do some horrible shit that's like, that sucks. Fault is always at least middle of the road with everything they do. But it really.
I have a lot of people come to my stream and they're surprised.
People, and a lot. What really irks me is when people think that Fault is Predecessor or it is OverPrime, and it's like it are the people that just don't know that they exist. And you get other YouTube channels like Gamer Ranks or I don't know. There's a couple of them that have done videos about Paragon successors and they leave Fault out, completely leave Fault out. It's like, did you research at all?
The only playable one. This is
a playable one that's been out for 2 years now. Like, how do you leave this one out? Yeah, I don't know.
I'd like to spit in that guy's face.
I fucking can't. Yo, I gotta say though, like legit, even through that, like the super like that hell of a speech that you fucking gave there and shit like that, right? Like on the real, G fucking G again, bro. Like I gotta say it, like not many people get to say that they went not only that they improved as a player, but also as a community member to being now somebody, a figure that people look up to and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Like that's a big leap. Like shout out for real, bro.
I appreciate that, man. It was a journey, dude, but it was also a personal journey. You know what I mean? Like I had to grow as a person as well. But because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you should come and try to let that out on other people, because that's the thing about getting involved with this community. The more you get involved with the community and the more people you talk to, the more you realize that these are all people just like you with their own lives and stuff. And you'd be surprised at how many times toxic people have been in my games, like Easy, name dropped him because he's nice now. Extremely toxic. But if you just show him some love and like just talk to him, like, bro, like if you're going through a hard time, like what's up? Like let's just game. And all of a sudden now he's like one of the most loyal guys in my stream, you know? So like a lot of times people are just going through things and like you just gotta try to be nice to him first and just see how, because sometimes those people end up being the most loyal, dedicated people you get, you know? So, and if that doesn't work, mute them. That changed my games a lot. Protect your mental space. Protect your mental space, whether that be in Discord or the game. As soon as something happens that starts tilting you, mute.
Yeah, too many people don't use that shit. Too many people don't use it.
Because this game's too sick to let one person bother you. You know what I mean?
I've never used it, but I don't really. There's been times I've gotten tilted on a match or whatever by whatever somebody saying shit to me, but at that point, whenever that's being done, like I'm already in a bad spot. Like I'm already 0-6-0 or whatever. Like well, me muting him isn't going to do any good. Like it's more of the entertainment for the stream now. Like let's go. Like
I can't mute Mangoose. He'll just DM me. Rip.
Hey, Ryan Red's here. Shout out Ryan Red.
Who's Ryan Red?
I don't know. Some dude.
Good guy.
Did you say message him for questions? I'm kidding.
He ignored
I'm kidding. I'm joking. You didn't hear that shit from me. I'm kidding.
If your game isn't working right, message Ryan Red.
Yeah.
He said no. Don't bring it back. Don't do that shit to me again.
Or if you're looking for just general build advice.
Build advice.
If you have ideas for the game, you know what? If you know what hero should be added next, message Ryan Red.
Oh shit! Oh, chill out, bro.
Oh, man.
Explaining why they should be added.
This shit. You're not just.
Oh no! Yeah, yo, you're about to ruin that man's DM for the rest of the year. Chill out, bro. Chill out. He said, "I'm gonna head out. Nobody needs to see this name in the chat. Chill out."
Yeah. All right,
oh man. But I'll tell you what, guys. I'm actually hella bummed because you guys are giving this patch pretty damn good praise. Like even the issues that were there, apparently there was a pretty good quick hot fix that came out. But I'm
just having a hardware issue, man, of some kind.
Yeah, it's something with the easy anti-cheat. Like I already confirmed it's not a fault issue in itself. It's just easy anti-cheat because I can't, like I was saying, I can't run any game that has it. But it's to the point that I'm just like, fuck, bro. Like, why does this shit with easy anti-cheat have to happen to me? Like when there's a decent patch, like, yo, increased movement speed, like economy change. Like, bro, you know how long I've been fucking complaining on this bitch for economy change and boost the economy and shit?
No.
And now
I have no clue. How long have you been doing that?
What the fuck?
Yeah. I just saw that. I was like, holy shit.
Bruh.
Thing fits so close, it looks painted.
It does look painted.
But yeah, man.
I knew that was his real nose.
I hope it works. I hope it fixes.
Same, bro. Like I'm literally about to do a fresh install just so I can play that shit. To be real,
You need to. It's worth it.
Yeah, I would try the other PC and see what happens.
You know what's crazy? It actually excites me because think of it like this. We all know that with Strange Matters, it's like a car that's slowing down or a car that's being driven by somebody with a heavy foot. You know what I mean? Like they're either ramping up and they start doing a whole bunch of shit and it's like, yo, this was a good patch. Within 3 weeks, I promise you some other shit's gonna drop. It's either that sort of vibe or it's gonna be like, this is a good patch. Have y'all heard from them the last 2 months? No? That's just me?
Yeah,
You
but
feel
as
me?
long as, hey, if they give us a little bit of optimization just to fix everybody, and then do a little bit of more user frick, because there's some, people that don't understand that there's an apply changes button, just a couple little things. And hey, the game's in a good spot. It could stay where it's at for a little while. It stayed with the Fang Mao made forever. I mean, at least right now, there's not one person that's just running us down every single game, no matter what, for months on end. You know, it's pretty balanced.
True.
Again, in the grand scheme of things, like we track this game very closely and religiously. So we notice whenever there's a lack of communication for a month, or we notice when there's a shit ton of communication for a month. The average player doesn't notice that shit. Like, so it's not as big of a deal as we tend to make it out to be on this show or on my show or any show, really.
That's a good point.
I'm just happy to be able to play Paragon.
It's not, you're not playing Paragon, you're playing Fault.
Well, that's my point. That's my point, like Fault. But I just say that like
you're happy to experience everything again. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like I'm back living in the world, except for this time I know to enjoy it. It's kind of like when you have a great relationship and then you break up, your girl dumps you, and a year down the road, you realize how good you had it. And you're like, God, dog, you know? But then the next one you get, you treat her right. You know what I mean? This
for sure.
Is what I'm doing with Fault. Because once Paragon got ruined, I was lost for years. But now we're back. You know what I mean? And I've been here every day because I'm playing it until they freaking turn the servers off.
Brian, you brought up an amazing point. Sorry, Goose. My bad. I was going to say, like, you brought up an amazing point. Like, too many people overlook the fact, like, the reasons why you love Paragon, hanging out with the boys or hanging out with the homies, just playing games, doing stupid shit, like just having a blast. You feel me? Win or lose, be like, yo, those 3 hours were lit as fuck after work, bro.
Playing a MOBA that doesn't look like you're on a Game Boy.
Yeah, like just everything that you really loved about the Paragon days, you do have now, but it's just people take that shit for granted. You're not wrong at all. Like people will play the game, they'll have a blast. Let's just say they've been playing that shit for 5 hours straight, go to bed the next day, they're like, nah, I don't know. Or like, you feel me? Like they might feel different about it. It's like, yo, you're literally getting everything that you were missing.
That's
like, yo.
Every time somebody comes to my stream and asks about the other game, I say, go watch it. You can't, because you can't even play it. So this is it. You know what I mean? Jump in. Let's go. You know, Fault's the one. Fault's been up and running. Fault's been live for 2 years. Fault's been getting regular updates. Fault's been growing partnerships. Fault's got streamers banging. Fault's got a community and funny stories and some lore already formed. You know what I mean? You want to go back to square one, update 1.0.1, and go through that heartache for 3 years to get to where we are today? No way, dude. This is it.
A lot of people don't realize it.
Paragon player, if you're a real MOBA guy, then this is where you're gonna come. You know what I mean? If you're still talking about waiting for the other games or trying the other games, then you're just making excuses at not being good at this one. Because here we are.
All those people, I would give anything to play Paragon again in any way.
Here it is.
But they won't give $20.
Here
they won't
it is,
give
bro.
$10.
I worked my ass off and spent $1,500 I didn't even have just to play this fucking game. You know what I mean? To get a computer. I didn't even have a computer, you know? So
Oh yo, I'm glad you clarified. I was like, there's no way you spend $1,500 in accounts, bro. Get me the fuck out.
No. Yeah. I'm talking about I bought just a damn computer to play this game. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I wanted to be here. So I mean, if these other people really want to play Paragon, then come on, dude. Plus, I don't have any inside information, but the rumor is maybe some sort of move to console sooner than we think, which could inspire more people to, if they want to take it seriously, to buy a computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so we might.
That's a new rumor to me.
I heard it from somebody that was very influential. I mean, I don't want to drop any names. I'm just saying.
Right.
Somebody asked about it. We don't
ask you to drop names.
Somebody asked about it, and then somebody replied publicly and said, "Sooner than you think," with like a smiley face. And I'm like, wow. So we'll see. We'll see.
I mean,
doesn't matter to me because I'll be here.
How do they know how soon I think, though? I could be thinking pretty soon.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that a strange matter soon? Because we've seen those before, bro. I'm gonna be real with you.
As we raid on the partner panel, we're gonna get console. Is that what we're doing?
No. But
I don't even know, man. But
console would be so big. It would be so fucking big.
Dude, I'll be real.
Because that's where the Paragon family is.
70% Paragon players were PS4.
That's for everybody. That's where I came from.
I'm the same. I think we all
liked about it.
Came from that.
I was able to play PS4, but all my friends had PCs.
Yeah.
I was able to play with them. It was the only game that I knew of that I was able to do that. Like, I enjoyed that.
I didn't even know a person in the world that played games on PC back when I played Paragon. You know what I mean?
Same, bro. It was the PlayStation lobby, and that's it with the homies. Be like, hey, man, what do you mean we just hit plat on a controller? What the fuck? That's not normal? Bro, those were the days, bro.
We weren't having those conversations. We were just blaming each other for why we lost.
He's like, it's your fucking fault. You were feeding. Yo.
But I'm coming this time, bro. I'm telling you, I'm coming this time, dude. This game, I will hit platinum eventually. Telling you, I'm coming.
I believe it.
Crossplay would be really
cool, bro.
Too. Like, I never played on PlayStation. I haven't owned a PlayStation since the fucking first one. But goddamn, I played with a lot of PlayStation players. There were a lot of.
Were you 50 when you had that first one?
Yeah, I was 50 when I had the first one. But yeah, I mean, so fucking crossplay is going to be really important, and we know that OverPrime at least has said that they do not want to do crossplay, and like that's going to hamstring the dog shit out of them.
Who cares? Good.
He said, "Fuck, Jesus, bro." No, I will say. Come to think of it, since we're talking about cross-platform and console and shit like that, I really am excited to see them come to the Epic Game Store. Like they teased back in like that Decker Gadget picture that they showed a while ago in space, where they like teased FaZe and Iggy, if I'm not mistaken, right? You guys know which one I'm talking about? At the spaceship?
Yeah.
So, if for those of you that don't know, back then they teased a picture of the AI, but then there was binary code in the picture that actually translated out to Epic Games Store. Now it's already been, correct me if I'm wrong, over a year.
I remember all this.
Yeah, it's already been over a year. And if they are planning on making moves, which one would assume that they are, just based off of timelines, it's already been a while. Simultaneously, these moves with like the movie thing are starting to happen. Like, I could at least, console might take a little bit longer, but I could totally see them doing Epic Game Store a little bit faster. You get me? That might be a little bit easier to do. And then they can test their cross-platform systems between Epic Game Store and Steam. And that way they can iron out those kinks. So by the time they go to console, they're like, hey man, our cross-platform thing, we already got that shit on lock. We just got to add PlayStation to it. Or Xbox, or shit, they could literally go different consoles. They're not restricted. But I'm waiting on that shit. I really, really do think that if they start making moves, we're gonna see that.
Coming. Balak says it's going to Epic 100%.
Yeah, they confirmed it, but I mean, like I was saying, that was over a year ago. You feel me? So
so in that same sense, though, Predecessor announced before Fault did that they're going to the Epic Game Store, and there's still nothing on Epic nothing for Predecessor on Epic either.
Yeah, you can't even play that turd.
Fucking can't with them. I know for a fact that everybody heard that. Anyway, I mean, I'll say this: I'm not the type to sit here and compare these if we can avoid it. Right? Like if we're gonna avoid it, we typically try not to. But I don't know. I'm just holding Strange Matter their words. You get me? Like I was stoked as fuck in that 1-Up trailer to see Iggy and Scorch random skin or whatever, right? Because I was like, finally we see some Iggy shit. I haven't seen anybody even tease Iggy since, again, like a year ago when they teased in the picture. They just put an Iggy turret in the corner, and that's it.
I don't know anything about video games or software engineering, but for some reason in my mind, I always told myself that it was because the flames would be kind of complicated to.
It could be.
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
An idiot. It doesn't have anything to do with that.
It could be the turrets and programming them. You feel me? Like making them smart enough. Who fucking knows? I'm with you. I don't know that shit.
They program the AI to be better than a lot of people I know.
You're not wrong. A lot of people complain about the AI, but the AI is definitely better than a lot of people out there. Oh man, the AI jungler actually ganks. I'm gonna just throw that out there. But no.
Does he?
Yeah, he ganks mid. He's programmed to cross through mid, and if there's anybody there,
mid.
I mean, at least he ganks, right?
I just gank him in his own red
Guess,
buff when he's half health over and over until I get the cards I want.
So, you know what? With what we were just talking about in mind, I'm excited that they're showing Iggy with the 1-up, right? Maybe they were specifically waiting for that movie to release Iggy. Maybe that's something that they had planned a while ago, because we got confirmation from data miners that the files for Iggy were in the game like a year ago. Legit.
It wasn't even data miners. The castability settings in patch 13 or 14 were there for Iggy.
Yeah, but what's that mean?
Was it?
The avatar for Shinbi was there on launch day.
Yeah, but that's
avatars,
drawn. That's not programmed.
Yeah,
that's
avatars.
drawn.
Yeah, that's true.
I have confirmation from the artists themselves. Those avatars were already created before they even became an artist for Fault, and so they were just automatically inputted. The Crunch and Shinbi one, when they first were inputted, the Crunch came out way after that. So that's those avatar situations is completely different in that regard.
I will say though, like I was saying, that excites me, for what Strange Matters is actually about to start ramping up, right? Like maybe they had a plan. This whole movie ordeal stuff came up, and that kind of like, it was maybe too good of an opportunity to pass up. And now they're like, fuck, now we got to rearrange how everything goes. Maybe that's why we've been bitching and complaining for a year that where the fuck is Iggy, right? Maybe it's because of the movie. And it makes sense that if they drop
that's
Iggy with the movie at the same time, right? Like capitalize on that shit. New character, the community's excited, and incoming people from the movie are going to be excited to try the character too. You get me?
Right. What if Amber Heard was cast into the movie, and then after all this stuff happened, they had to reshoot the movie so Amber Heard's no longer in the movie, so that's what took so long.
Yeah.
No, the controversy about 1-up was Ellen Page, or Elliot Page, as he is known now. That was the only controversy about 1-up.
Oh,
you remember?
I'm just throwing stuff out there. Now
you ever seen the movie Juno?
I don't know what we're talking about, but okay. Anyways, keep going.
Ellen Page was cast where Ruby Rose is now in the movie.
Okay.
But Ellen Page is came out as a man. She's Elliot Page now, or he is Elliot Page
transgender.
now.
Okay.
Oh, I know who you're talking about from Juno. Yeah.
Right, from Juno. So they couldn't very well.
I did hear about that.
An all girls team, and then Elliot Page as a man playing like the coach. So they recast Ruby Rose. That was the
all right. So that possibly did put a delay. So that right there possibly did put a delay in the whole marketing thing. Like they were like thinking, all right, the movie's going to be released, let's say March or whatever, and now all of a sudden we got to wait until now July. That could have, and maybe that time frame is even longer, because I don't know how long it takes to, shoot a movie. That could take even longer to do that. So that could have been why we've been sitting here this long.
That's a great point, because from what we saw from the trailers, the coach is a pretty big part of that movie, right? From what we see, at least. So it's very possible that they might have just been like, well, back to the fucking drawing board. Time to fucking reshoot most of our scenes because we got a new actor now. And then going through editing and everything, like it's very possible. Like, it'd be interesting if they actually mention any of this anywhere. I highly doubt that they will, probably because they don't want to shed light on having to recast, etc. They just want to focus more on the, forward momentum of everything. But I mean, it makes perfect sense as far as the delays.
We're primed to blow. We're primed to blow at any time. We need the movie. We need some defectors from League. And the partners will all work harder to put more content out.
At least some defectors from Smite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least that.
Yeah, that'd be a good place too.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, Abusa, how do you feel about a lot of people thinking that the movie's a great opportunity for free to play? How do you feel about that ordeal? You think they should go free to play around the same time as the movie? You think they should stay paid at least for a little bit or continue to be paid.
Yeah. I mean, that's the model. Like, it's kind of like, I believe in the product. You know what I mean? So I think the product's good enough that if you're into Paragon or into that movie enough to where you actually want to play the game, if you get an opportunity to play the game, it's going to be good enough to have you coming back, you know, especially as things progress. And that's just the new that's just the new business model of gaming, period. That's the business model of music now, a paywall. I mean, there's a reason why they call it a wall, a paywall, because it's literally a wall. You know what I mean? And I understand that there are costs you have to recoup, and there is a point of diminishing returns when it comes to how many downloads you're giving out for free versus how many you would have. But I mean, like we were talking about, blue sky territory. If something happens, something crazy happens, and a whole bunch of people can download it, and one person on TikTok that we've never heard of with 1 million followers says one, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we just have to.
for sure.
We're not blocking ourselves off from Chad. But I mean, you know, they should have financial analysts that have done all the math on that. You know, there's got to be break-even points for all different price points and to make it worth it. And then they can use Google Analytics and stuff compared to the past historical data to the new data and basically project what their growth could be. There's things they could do. I'm sure they've got people doing that.
That's a great point. They got 2+. Well, I mean, we're in June, so at this point, yeah, 2+ years. 2 years since, or just about to be 2 years since they've been live on early access, and then they even have data from before that when they did their alphas and betas and stuff like that. So they've got years worth of data that they could actually rely on to build statistics. For sure.
So you got the average player count analytics, you've got the average download analytics, you've got the purchase analytics for the in-game stores, you've got the Google analytics for just general interest online. Figure out how you want to weight it all, put it in Excel and figure it out. But that's Goatso 311 could do that shit. But it's 10:15, guys, you know what I mean? I've loved the conversation. I've enjoyed it, but it's Friday night, man. I'm itching to get out there on the battlefield. You know, it looks like it looks like the bearded Wolverine's ready to go too. He's got the mask on. He got the lights on. I'm about to pop a caffeine pill and get going. You know what I mean?
There you go.
But we'll see. You know.
No, yeah, we'll be wrapping up here shortly.
Yeah, just let me know. I don't know how these things usually work.
No, you're good. You're good. So, what do we want after seeing this patch? What do we want to see next? Like, what is, and I know it's gonna be hard for you to answer, Windu, because you haven't played the patch yet, but like going off of what we told you, how the patch is, what is the next thing we need? I mean, optimization, I know, is something that they've always been working on. It's almost happened with every patch. They're pushing and they're trying to get more optimized. But what does Fault or SMS need to do to make this game, to make all those other fanboys of everything else to be like, you know what, that actually is a good game. Let me come back to that. To get that negative light that's over them, what do they got to do to get there to that point?
So I'll be real with you. I haven't tried the patch yet, right? So I can't speak on anything that even got touched in the patch. But I would say I would love to see like even just a simple map revamp, even if it's just simple foliage or like a map addition. Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You remember when they did like we brought it up before, like the Halloween event and the Christmas event, there were minor kind of reskins of the map. Like they easily could do a few of those map changes that won't necessarily have to affect they don't have to affect the gameplay, but just kind of up the visual quality and the fidelity. If they're, especially since they're working so much on optimization, maybe they can add an extra tree here and there, or a bush, a flower, whatever the hell. You get me? I don't know. Might be a little bit on the crazy side considering I haven't actually tested it. Maybe we're not in the spot for it. But I'm one that between visual effects and the way that the map looks, I'm a sucker for that shit. And I would love to see more of that in the game.
Yeah, a lot of people are. That's another thing. You can't get too focused. All the people at the top can't get too focused on the nitty gritty baby little minor details and you mantle and my stacks on. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even know that stuff exists. They just want to be in a cool environment. And see
the 99% want the skin that's going to get them the win.
This is skins, yeah. I mean, who knows, you know? I put a blue skin on Chimera because sometimes I hope that the enemy mistakes me for maybe a Murdock or a Bellica and wastes their ult on me. You know what I mean? They'll waste their ult on me. It's happened a few times.
Oh, I feel that.
Bruce, what do you think?
I feel that.
I think the main thing they need to work on is fluidity of gameplay. Mainly targeting reticles, especially AoE targeting reticles, get stuck a lot on the environment or on towers, broken towers especially. So, because that's kind of the main thing that generates player frustration, especially for new players when they're playing. I know we don't want to compare to OverPrime and Predecessor, but we have to. They're all competing against each other. Predecessor's targeting reticles are insanely intuitive compared to Fault's. I think Fault needs to bring all their targeting to the intuitiveness that Predecessor has, and it'll do quite a bit for the game. I think that's what they need to work on.
No, Goose, I love your videos you've been doing. The comparison, you take a hero and you compare across all three, and you'll break them down by everything they're doing. And your Gideon one that you did, and showing where Predecessor, like going downstairs, you could see the change of movement and everything like that, and that how much time they put into that. Well, at least with that character, I think when you did the Grux one, you noticed there wasn't that change and stuff like that. But anyways, so like stuff like that, I think fine tuning the game like that and making the game just look more AAA, style, it would be great for this game to attract, because we don't want. Yes, we do want to attract the para refugees, right? But like it's not a big enough player base. We need to attract people that don't even know what this game is. We want them to look at this game like, oh my God, that game looks amazing. Just like how we all fell in love with Paragon when we first found it. That game, looking at it like, oh my God, this looks great. We need Fault to be that, and we need them to, I think, more fine tuning on these visual effects, on the how the game looks, and like you're saying that putting an AOE, dropping Bellica's bomb, it shouldn't hang up on the stairs or on that ledge in mid or whatever. Like I completely agree. That's the stuff that I think would make this game and just push above the other two that we are competing against.
I just subbed to you on YouTube, man. Goose, your page looks sick.
Oh, thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
You got big numbers too, man. Keep going.
Thanks.
It's not the only big thing he's got.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Has your mom been telling you stories again?
Jesus, bro.
Yeah, boy.
Yo, Goose, actually, again, another shout out to your video. One thing that your video really made it clear to me was the camera angles. And as far as like even the transition between them when you go to certain abilities, it's such a small little detail. But like whenever those camera angles change, the actual angle that gets taken and the transition between those two angles, the fluidity there definitely makes a big change as far as like when you look at the game from a third person.
Yeah. I mean, again, it comes down to money, though. Fault is community funded. They don't have the same amount of money to eliminate those choices. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is. I mean, I just wish more people would recognize that and understand that it is. I think Fault really needs to drive that too, that they are community funded, they are grassroots, and that's a good thing. In the age of AAA versus indie games, people root for the indie games, and Fault needs to lean on that a little bit, I think.
Lean on me.
Like, just put it at every billboard they fucking can. Like, yo, indie game. Or like,
no, just the way they have been acting, actually, because they used to be a little bit aloof and try to be way too professional. Now they get in there with the people in Discord. They get in there with Twitter replies and stuff, and they're funny about it. They're funny, a little bit of smart ass. That's good. That's a good thing. Be fucking Wendy's Instagram account.
Yeah.
Yeah, Booza gets it.
Wendy's is fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, they fucking roast people.
Oh, yeah. But no. So, is there anything else you guys want to add as far as this week before we conclude?
I just got to say, everybody, just watch out this weekend, man, because I've been practicing a lot. I've got a big pack of caffeine pills, and I swear, dude, I'm playing for keeps, man. Y'all probably saw me lose a few games this week, get embarrassed a little bit, but my mindset's changed. Like, my energy's high, motivation's high, skills are high. Watch out. That's all I got to say. Thanks for watching the partner panel as well.
Hey, man, thank you for being here. So let's do this. We're going to go ahead and basically say our goodbyes. Same order that we did our intros. Obusa, tell us what you got going on as far as content. Tell people where they can find you. And what do you got to say to the community?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Obusa, out here bussing what we do every day. I've already told about myself. What did you ask me to what's my plans?
Yeah, like where can they find you? What are your links? Like what's your Twitch?
Find me live on Twitch at Obusa TV. I'm live basically every single day, all the time. And I'm about to be moving. My stream, dude, I'm telling you, is blowing up to 1080p HD. I'm gonna have all the professional stuff, new rig, new all that. You know what I mean? I'm committed, and we're taking fault to the top. And that's all I gotta say. We're taking fault to the top. The other two games don't even exist to me. Don't play them. Don't watch them. But thanks for having me on the panel tonight, guys.
Hey man, you're always welcome, for sure. Anytime you want to hit up an episode, just hit up Bearded, because I'm horrible at replying to my DMs. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I should have probably go unread. Hit up Bearded, and then he'll text me or call me about it. Legit. Like that's usually the way it works.
But I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna do a couple of things and then get back to bussing. But once again, thanks for having me, and hope y'all have a great night, man.
Yeah, man. Goose, you gonna say your goodbyes? What do you got to say to people, bro?
Got nothing really going on. If you missed the Honest Hero reviews, I made a playlist of them all, so you can watch them all at once if you want to. That's something you want to do.
Hey, man, I know. Well, hold on. I noticed a few series that you got going on your YouTube, Goose.
You talking about beta males?
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that, bro.
Just 3 of us been playing.
Those are the guys that play OverPrime and Pred.
This fucking guy. No, we just play beta games and just offer our opinions on them, like Diablo Immortal, V Rising, Vampire Blood Hunt, all that kind of shit. So branching out a little bit.
Yeah, they're just like vampire games. That's pretty much all it is.
That's what it seems like.
Nothing else so far.
That's what it seems like. Menace. I played Hypercharge, and that shit is fucking awesome.
There you go. All right. I have nothing going on this week. I'm actually going to be in New York all week this week. So my Monday stream, Tuesday stream are definitely going to be canceled this week. I'm hoping to be back in time for the partner panel on Friday. If not, you won't see me here, but these guys will possibly still be going unless something comes up. Other than that, I think I'm 7 subscribers away from my YouTube, getting that 100, getting that custom URL. So working on it.
Oh, bro, post that link in the chat right now. Throw that link in there. Everybody, go subscribe to Bearded's YouTube right now. Let's get him to 100 so he has his own personal link. Let's do it. But anything else, Bearded?
I've subscribed to you, man, Goose. I'll subscribe to you too, Bearded.
That's all I got this week. As I said, I'm going to be gone all week for work. So, yeah. Other than that, keep rocking, and hopefully we'll get some games in eventually here. I'm loving the patch. So keep up the work, SMS.
Bet. Now, as far as my side, I basically just been working a shit ton. I'm back at Geico, for those of you that didn't know. And we got to get back to streaming some Fall. So I'll be real with y'all. I'm hella tempted to just go live this weekend and just have a fucking IT fucking session with everybody. Be like, hey man, send me every fucking troubleshooting link that you got. Like, let's get this shit figured out, because this is annoying as fuck. Like, there's multiple games that I can't fucking play. So besides that,
It might be that
I'm pretty much chilling.
you got in that thing, man.
And
Hey man, I don't know what it is. Something's fucking tripping out in that bitch.
so for those of you that watch this on YouTube as well, if you watch on YouTube, 15 minutes or more will save you 15% on Geico.
Oh Jesus Christ! Get me the fuck out.
Yeah. Make sure you use WinduTheMace when you switch your plan.
You imagine the extra 3%. But no, man. I really appreciate everybody that tuned in, everybody that's watching on YouTube, everybody that's listening to this after the fact on podcast method, whether it be Spotify, whether it be Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts. We appreciate it. If you guys are listening, watching, yes, freaking, you got the 100
awesome.
Bearded?
You guys,
There you fucking go. Let's go. We'll make sure that we post that link again in all the formats. So let's see if we can get you to 2. But yeah, we appreciate everybody watching as usual. If you guys did make it this fucking far, leave a GG in the comments, the chat, whatever you got, whether it be Apple.
What he says in comments.
Oh yeah, leave the bussin'. Leave the bussin' in honor of Abusa. Leave a bussin' in the chat.
Let's go, baby. And just remember, man, this game's blowing up. If anybody tells you otherwise, don't waste time telling your extraordinary ideas to ordinary people. And remember,
I like that.
Oh, that's a Steve Harvey. What? I like it. I like that shit.
I like that.
Hey, remember, talent is hitting a target no one else can hit. Genius is hitting a target no one else can see. And that's where Fault's headed, baby. We're taking over. We're beating League of Legends, and we're all going to become the most famous people in the world. Let's go.
Hey, man, I'm totally down to hear this fucking Word of the Wise from Abusa series. Holy shit. This man came through today. Good shit. Hey, everybody, go follow this man again. New partner. Welcome to the squad again, homie. Much love. Welcome to the partner panel. And again, everybody that's been watching, listening, all the above, we appreciate you all. Have a great time. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
Sahir.